Hi everyone, Amy here. I haven't really been watching the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial except for um, a few short clips on YouTube, but I've I've noticed something about Amber Heard's courtroom attire and demeanor, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about that tonight. Um, my brain automatically analyzes everything that I see, so I was just going to point out a few things. But before I start on that, back in 1994, my husband at the time, he had been in this horrific accident, motorcycle accident, and he was suing the insurance company of the young girl who hit him. And so, even though he wasn't on trial per se, um, his lawyer advised him to wear either like a gray suit or like a khaki suit, khaki color, sports jacket or whatever. And then I remember him telling me that a few other things that the lawyer had said, like if you're a big guy and you're on trial for murder, you don't want to wear a really dark suit because that makes you look more menacing and intimidating. So ever since then, I've really watched what people wear, in court, on TV, or in the papers, or whatever. And back when I was in college, my friends used to tease me good naturedly because I told them there was a lot of psychology behind colors. For instance, I always felt that colors were very important in sports. And like I said, they kind of teased me about it. But then we actually learned in one of my psychology classes, a study in 1988 showed that teams who had primarily predominantly black uniforms were usually viewed as more intimidating. As well, they seemed to receive more penalties during a game. So there is definitely something to the psychology of color and also the way you present yourself in the courtroom. So I found a couple of articles. I couldn't decide which one was better that I was going to read, so I'm actually going to read both of them to you. And like I said, I'm just going to concentrate on Amber. But before I do that, I want to say that I didn't notice this, like I said, because I haven't really been watching. But a lot of people noticed, and I don't know if she's still doing this, but Amber was apparently copying a lot of Johnny Depp's outfits. Like, um, he would wear a certain outfit, and the next day she would wear one very, very similar. Or a couple of days later, even down to one day he wore a little bee tie pin on his tie, and I think a couple of days later she did the same. Um, Really, the only way I can analyze this, and is not very clinical or technical, but that kind of behavior scares me, to be honest. I there there's nothing else that I can, no other way I can really put it. I think this woman is dangerous. It gives me single white female vibes. If you remember that movie with Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh, um, it really scares me, to be honest, and I find it very creepy. But that's all I'm going to say about that. So now I'm going to read the first article to you. Okay, this one is from Courtroom Stuff, and it's The Psychology of Courtroom Attire for Women. Courtroom attire is important. And then they show several famous or infamous women who were on trial. So we have Casey Anthony, Amy Fisher, and for the life of me, I don't know who this third woman is. So if you do know, please comment below because that's driving me crazy. Next one is Lorena Bobbitt, and I believe that's Heidi Fleiss. So it says, make yourself look as attractive as possible without violating the dress code. And I'm just going to say this too before I begin, sorry. I don't agree with everything that they say or recommend. So I just want to let you know that. And I'll talk about that after I read the articles, or I might interject a little bit. So in a study from Cornell University, it was found that more attractive defendants were more likely than less pretty defendants to get lighter sentences. The less attractive defendants earned an average of 22 months longer in prison terms. Dress codes are intended to keep order and show level of respect that one should grant the justice system. Judges are the arbitrators of that respect. They also have the right to enforce the dress code with fines and/or jail time if they please. So when picking out what to wear to court, ask yourself this: how do I want to portray myself? Then dress the part. Typically, in a criminal case, the rule of thumb is to look as young and innocent as possible. There's no question that people respond emotionally before they respond intellectually. That's just human nature. So use clothing as a tool to create the response that you want. It is preferable for ladies to wear a dress or suit or a skirt, preferably no more than 2 inches above the knee, and a blouse, sweater, or casual dress shirt. Colors are important. Wear neutral pastel colors. Um, Here are a list of the do's that they recommend. Do wear little makeup. The trick is to make it look like you're not wearing any makeup at all. Remove all visible piercings. This specifically includes tongue piercings and nose rings. Cover all visible tattoos. Wear closed-toed shoes. Wear glasses if you normally wear them. Wear your hair pulled back in a bun or clip. Dress like a professional. Dress conservatively, and when appropriate, wear good quality clothing. Remember that the good guys never wear black. Avoid putting anything on your hair that makes it shine or appear greasy. Avoid wearing tinted or dark-colored glasses in the courtroom. People will not believe you if they cannot see you. And I'll just interject here, and I'm not making a judgment, just pointing out that a few things that they've recommended. I've seen that Johnny Depp has worn, for instance, tinted glasses and numerous piercings and numerous rings. Then it says, wear only functional jewelry, an example, wedding ring and wristwatch. Avoid wearing items that may identify a personal association or belief. Political buttons, club pins, college rings, religious jewelry may trigger some prejudices against you in the mind of a judge or juror. And I will say that, if I were on trial, I personally would not hide my faith. Um, and I would just let the chips fall where they may. But like I said, I don't agree with all of these. Wear plain patterns. If you wear a dress or skirt, wear sheer nylon pantyhose. Remember that even a small flaw in your appearance will be noticed by the judge and/or jury, and it may hurt your credibility. Remember that even a small flaw in your appearance will be noticed by the judge and/or jury, and it may hurt your credibility. Here are some examples of what to wear in court, is what they say. Here is Casey Anthony, and how she is dressed throughout her trial. And then here is Lorena Bobbitt. And it says, for some women, the baby doll look was more effective. When Lorena Bobbitt went to trial, she appeared in delicate, high-necked blouses. She was soft-spoken and wide-eyed and looked far younger than her 23 years. Her appearance made it all but impossible to ignore the allegations of her husband's abuse. Bobbitt seemed less like a battered wife than a vulnerable child who has been victimized by a domineering man. Ultimately, the sensational nature of the crime was matched only by the shock of the verdict. Lorena Bobbitt was acquitted of all charges. I'm just going to interject. I believe Jodi Arias dressed very similar to Casey Anthony, and she wore glasses. However, that did not work out for her. And so scroll down, and this is what they consider the right way to look in court with Casey Anthony. little makeup, hair pulled back, neutral pastel colors, keeping flesh covered. And I guess one of the reasons why they suggest that your hair be pulled back is so that people can see your face. Um, and I once read that if a man has a mustache that obscures part of his lip, um, more people are apt not to trust him. So I found that to be really interesting. And here are what you should not wear according to them: shorts, mini dress, hat, halter or tube top, excessive makeup or false eyelashes, excessive perfume, sandals or open-toe shoes, see-through or low-cut clothes, clashing colors, noisy bangles, large bracelets and earrings, facial piercings or more than one ring, red clothing, all black clothing, ill-fitting clothing, clothing that exposes your midriff or underwear, clothing with an emblem or wording that promotes illegal or inappropriate activity, any clothing that shows any part of your breast, extremely expensive outfits, sunglasses, flashy jewelry, an example, bling, jeans, wrinkled clothing, cutoffs, tank tops, yoga pants, and loud patterns. Now it says here are examples of what not to wear, and they show Lindsay Lohan at her arriving at her court trial, and she's wearing a very form-fitting dress that shows off her curves, and she's wearing dark glasses. Again, I'm not judging, I'm just pointing out what these articles suggest. And so then this is Amy Fisher, and it said some legal consultants argued that Fisher's lawyers hurt their case by outfitting her in adult-looking suits. It wasn't enough to dress in conservative dark colors, as Amy had. She had to look not just like an innocent woman, but like a child. And they said that her hair looks too wild and even somewhat sexy. Some jewelry going on, an example, bling, and then they say good guys never wear black. I have to agree that, I don't think there's one, pardon the pun, but I don't think there's a one-size-fit-all when it comes to what someone should wear in the courtroom, because, this may have been okay if she had been an adult, but I believe she's 17 or 18 when she actually went to trial, but she looks like a full-grown woman, so that certainly could have influenced the jurors. The next section, words and objects in red get people's attention immediately. Color has an incredible effect on your mood, your perception, and your likes and dislikes. It's programmed into you, and you really have little to say about it. This comes from our reptilian brain, the part of you that is programmed to survive. And that's so funny that it seems like the last few videos I've mentioned the reptilian brain or the limbic system in our brain. So here we are again. And it says, this could be why Linda Drain Burdick chose to wear that bright red suit for her opening statement when she was prosecutor in the Casey Anthony trial, most likely trying to subconsciously sell to the jury her strengths on the evidence. Soft pastels or blue, for instance, would show she is not about being strong. Red shows she is serious and a fighter. Red has a way of grabbing your attention. She wanted her opening statement to make a lasting impression in the minds of the jurors. To be honest, I actually don't agree with that. I think solid red like that is way too flashy for the courtroom, but that's just my opinion. When it says, although it's really not fair, if this were a perfect world, the only thing anyone would be paying attention to during a trial would be the evidence. It doesn't matter whether on the side of the defense or the prosecution, women can avoid having their appearances scrutinized in the courtroom for as long as they are scrutinized elsewhere. 20 years after the O.J. Simpson trial, prosecutor Marcia Clark still has to justify not the jury's acquittal, but her perm. It was wash and wear hair, she said in a recent interview. It was easy. I had 2 boys in diapers, and I didn't want to be bothered. But for women at the center of media spectacles, no decision, particularly those they make about their appearances, can ever be quite so simple. So then it says, Find out what colors are best for you, what clothing styles look good on you, what makeup is best for you, how to make the most of your physical appearance. If you have any questions about your attire, you should consult with your lawyer before you step into the courtroom. Okay, so that's the end of that article, and now I'm going to read. This is actually from a law firm in Massachusetts, their website, and it's called How to Dress for Court. So this repeats a lot of what was in the first article, but it also adds a few things too. So that's why I wanted to read both of them to you. So, when it comes to court, first impressions do factor into a judge's decision. After all, we are all human, and appearances can affect how people think of you in all settings, and especially in the courtroom, whether it's a divorce case, a child custody case, or another case. Knowing how to dress and present yourself for the court is extremely important. An outfit can say a lot about you as a person. It portrays an image for better or for worse. Sometimes the impression you make takes just a split second, and there are times when a split second is all you have. People consciously or subconsciously assess your credibility, competence, and character by your appearance and demeanor. A courtroom is a solemn place, and appearing before a judge should be taken very seriously. This court expects you to be respectful, and that respect is mirrored in your presentable appearance. The bottom line is that your image matters and can have an effect on the court's decision. This is Massachusetts courtroom dressing guidelines, and I'm sure this applies to a lot of states. Although Massachusetts is generally considered a liberal state, judges still take appearance and image into account in their rulings. Did you know that Massachusetts courtrooms actually have dressing guidelines to follow? These guidelines are the very basics of the do's and don'ts of dressing for a court appearance. Then I'm gonna I'll go ahead and read the men's court dress tips, even though I'm only going to be concentrating on Amber. But real quickly, do's for men: groom and trim facial hair, dress conservatively, wear suit and tie, color coordinate, utilize modest colors, wear a colored shirt, wear dark leather shoes, know your court's dress code. Don'ts: overdress, show or expose any tattoos, keep your piercings in, wear hats of any kind, display flashy jewelry, wear jeans no matter how dressy they are, or wear sneakers. Okay, now this is their tips for women. Do's: keep it simple, keep jewelry to a minimum, incorporate subdued hues into your outfit, have your nails polished or clipped short, wear a tailored dress, skirt and blouse with a jacket or pantsuit. Don'ts: wear anything too tight, short, or revealing, overdo the makeup, wear anything too bright, bold, or wear distracting patterns, or wear jeans. General etiquette: in addition to outfit considerations, there are also general etiquette tips for the courtroom. When you're in a courtroom, it's best not to chew gum or eat, read a newspaper, use earphones, carry a cell phone unless it's turned off, have a camera or camera phone. And here are some tips from some people in the fashion industry. Ginger Burr says, keep it simple. When you walk into a courtroom, you want to look earnest and respectful. The best way to accomplish this is with an understated, conservative look that generally translates into deeper or at least neutral colors. Simple lines, nothing fussy or bold, and great fit. Your clothes do not have to be expensive, but they will look the most polished when they fit you perfectly. This can often mean taking them to a tailor for some alterations, but the results are worth it. So, if you take a look at some of these outfits, you can definitely tell that Amber has been schooled on these different tips, just based on what she's been wearing. And oddly enough, I believe, isn't this the article that they said not to wear all black? And honestly, this looks like something a nun would wear or a schoolmarm, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Then it says, be authentic. If you try to dress like someone you're not, two things will happen. One, you'll feel uncomfortable, and two, your discomfort will be distracting to you and to others. Make sure what you wear feels like you. Yes, maybe a bit more conservative or dressed up than you usually are, but still like you. This can be reflected in the cut of the outfit, the feel of the fabric, or the accessories you choose. Whatever the reason you're attending, the hearing feeling like yourself will boost your self-confidence and translate into true sincerity. Plan everything ahead. You definitely do not want to find yourself scrambling at the last minute to figure out the right shoes to wear with the outfit you've selected, or discover that the pants you selected don't fit properly. These last minute glitches can leave you feeling harried, stressed, and out of sorts, none of which you want to feel as you enter the courtroom. Plan every detail in advance and try it all on ahead of time. And then Sharon Kornstein says appearances always matter, but nowhere more so than in the court. Both judge and jury are listening to the proceedings, yet can't help partially basing their appearance or their decision on appearances. How you dress affects your reputation and your client's outcome. Here are some rules provided by Sharon from Image Design Consulting on how to dress for court. Outfit ideas for both men and women: stick with conservative tailored looks. For men, this could be a button-down colored shirt, slacks and a jacket, or a suit. No khakis or jeans. Keep your suit on trend. An example, cut to fit the body. Your jacket should fit in the armholes and fall to right below the seat. Keep the top button buttoned. Pants should fit slightly below the waist with no drapey fabric in the legs. Ties can be bright or dark, but make sure they're tied properly. For women, a tailored dress, meaning the straight lines and not much extra detail, skirt and blouse with jacket or pantsuit. Stick with closed-toe shoes and nothing shorter than 1 inch above the knee. Structured fabrics, an example, woof, gabardine, cotton are better than drapey ones or knits. So scroll down and take a look at some of the outfits there. Colors. For men and women, blue, gray, and brown are good color choices. Black is better for women. Tan only when it's very hot. Patterns are fine if you are comfortable with them. Stay away from flashy designer looks. Pink, purple, green, and yellow look nice in moderation. And again, this actually looks similar to one of the outfits that I saw Amber wearing one day. Makeup and accessories. Makeup is not essential, but is a tool that will highlight your features and improve the appearance of skin. It's not necessary to go overboard. Foundation or tinted moisturizer, lipstick, blush, and mascara can be your minimum. For accessories, choose one to be the focal point, either a statement, necklace, scarf, or hoop earrings. For men, a contrasting tie, pocket square, or strong glasses will be sufficient. And they show you some accessories, and it's really weird that they show these earrings. I remember going to the lawyer with my ex, and even though it really didn't matter what I looked like, I did do earrings like this, and a nice conservative green, like dark green dress. Grooming. Having your hair styled or pulled back, facial hair trimmed, and color neatly pressed will go a long way towards a polished, well-groomed appearance. Go lightly on the cologne or perfume and double-check that clothes fit and are flattering. Keep your nails polished or clipped short. Facial expressions and body language. Be aware of your facial expression and body language, as others will be watching you. Keep a pleasant, open expression, good posture, shoulders back, head up, and lots of eye contact. Arms can fall out to your side or in front of you. Try not to clasp them, however. If you want to appear more threatening or powerful, place your hands on your hips. And I will say that Amber, from what I've seen, as she's sitting there, she is very stoic and very stone-faced. And I don't think that makes her very approachable or very sympathetic, to be honest. Then Tio Stanko said, recent research shows that people can make a very accurate assessment of us just by looking at our clothes without even seeing our faces. Social status, education, preferences, interests, mood, all this can be assumed simply by the clothes, shoes, accessories we wear, and how we match them. Until recently, it was considered that it takes 7 seconds to judge a person we see for the first time. But the impression of us begins much earlier than we think. It becomes clear that our brain draws conclusions about people only in a matter of a split second with the help of past experience, or in other words, the so-called thin slicing effect. We often have a second chance to correct the first impression in case it is not good enough. It takes more than 20 good impressions for us to replace the negative first one. However, there are moments when you have only one shot to show who you are, and one of those situations is the court hearing. That's why you have to be prepared in terms of your appearance when you are about to show up in court. In order to get the most of your court appearance, here are the 3 important things to consider from international stylist Tia Sanko. Well, I must have misspelled her name up there. 1. Keep unisex style, or in other words, to avoid appearing too feminine or too masculine fitting. I'm just going to say, especially in this trial, I disagree with that. Amber is claiming domestic violence, against Johnny, and she's actually been accused as being an aggressor as well. So I feel like she should look a little more feminine, a little softer. And I'll go ahead and let's go back to her picture here. So personally, I don't think that her courtroom attire is helping her case. Like I said, she's wearing the things that they recommend, but I think she comes off looking very severe and very intimidating, to be honest. And one reason why, when women started entering the workforce, and probably to this day, it was recommended to them that they dress like men in pantsuits. So they look more powerful and more intimidating. And like I said, I think this actually hurts her case because she just looks very severe and very serious and not approachable at all. A lot of the outfits and just her overall facial expression reminds me a lot of, if you remember the character Lilith on Cheers, and if you remember how everybody tried to avoid her because she was so intimidating and just so unapproachable. So I really don't think this is just my opinion. I don't think this works well for Amber, to be honest. So let's go back and read the rest of the article. Showing too much skin by the ladies, such as deep slits, cleavage, or too tight clothes, or wearing too feminine clothes and stilettos, will be perceived as an attempt of manipulation. On the other hand, wearing clothes that emphasize too much on the muscle, or a shirt with rolled up sleeves in gentlemen, can be recognized as an attempt of dominance or even hostility. In order to avoid this kind of conclusion, it is good to focus on the way a garment fits you. The style and the fitting are the most crucial things about your look. It is good to take into consideration whether or not it is too tight, too loose, or too long. If it is necessary to make some adjustments, then take the time to visit a tailor and make sure that the garment is suitable for your body. If not, you might look more casual than intended. Choose timeless pieces, or in other words, clothes that would be received well by people of all genders and various backgrounds, ages, experience, preferences. No edgy embellishments or bright colors. Instead, try to stick to basic accessories and neutral colors. Do not wear items, prints, and decorations that might express a message and demonstrate specific personal preferences. There is no way for you to foresee how this could be interpreted in court. It might even be provocative symbols such as a lapel pin, brooch, a tattoo, or inscriptional thoughts such as prints and labels. We are so accustomed to in our daily life that we don't pay attention to, but that might impress a person who sees us for the first time. I recommend that jewelry and accessories are less eye-catching, delicate, small, a maximum of 3 for women, an example, watch, necklace, earrings. Gentlemen are suggested not to wear accessories or to wear only a watch. It would actually be of great help because they would look like someone quite trustworthy. The same goes for colors. We must be careful of the shades we choose and how we combine them. Their influence is not insignificant in the whole look. Studies show that bright colors have an overexciting and sometimes even irritating effect on the perceptions of certain people. Since you can't know what type of person is sitting across from you, it's a good idea to avoid them. Furthermore, avoid all white outfits such as a dress suit or a top, such as a shirt, jacket, vest. This color contains all of the colors, and due to this fact, continuous staring at it gets quite stressful to the eyes. That's interesting. Save dark colors such as charcoal, navy blue, and dark brown for a suit. Black creates social distance and often does not allow us to convey the emotional effect of what we say. That is why it is recommended to use it only as a small element in the outfit, shoes, bag, or belt. And we have a few more pictures here. And like the article said, number 3, as close as possible to your style in real life so that you don't look like you're a completely different person in the courtroom. This could cause various conclusions we have no control over. One of them is looking like you are trying too hard to get liked. This is never taken well. Instead, improve your style with a couple of details without making extreme changes. Here are a few examples. In case you've never worn a suit, it is highly likely that it feels unnatural if you wear one for the first time before going to court. Studies show that wearing clothes that are not typical for us could affect our judgment and can even make it unrealistic. If this is your case, replace the suit with simple cotton slacks for men or a knee-length skirt for women combined with a shirt. They must, of course, be in good condition, ironed, and free of abrasions or stains. In case you wear makeup in your daily life, do not go to court completely makeup free. You will certainly look gloomy and evoke compassion, but it will also seem as if you're purposely looking to win sympathy and pity. And I'll say this with Amber's look, doesn't look like she's wearing, looks like she might be wearing a little blush, but she looks very drawn, and she looks like she's been through something rough, but I still don't think she comes off as a very sympathetic character. I think a little makeup would have softened her look a little bit. Like I said, to me, she looks very severe. So I really think that she could have used a little bit more makeup to make her look a little softer and more innocent. So let me continue. Keep in mind that the people you will be speaking in front of have done their research in advance and have enough preliminary information about you. A simple daily makeup in nude shades, no dark eyeshadows or bright lipstick would be optimal. Certainly a smart approach would be if you select clothes, footwear, accessories, makeup, and hairstyles that present your effort to look nice and neat in court. This always shows respect and esteem for the institution and the people there. Let's see. And this is from Tara West. Says color is key. The best colors for both men and women to wear to divorce court are dark grays and dark blues. These colors are formal, professional, and neutral. Stay away from black, as it is a cold, dark color and can come off as authoritative. This can hinder your chances of gaining any sympathy that you might be looking for. Appearance is everything. Anything you wear should be clean and well maintained. If you have a suit and tie, wear them. If you don't, you can wear khakis or slacks and a button-down shirt. It's never a good idea to wear jeans with holes, t-shirts, or torn clothing when you appear in front of your judge. And make sure that everything is pressed and free of wrinkles. First impressions are sometimes the only impressions you get, and you want to make sure it's a good one. And there are some more examples. Be respectful, dress conservatively, and in a respectful manner. Men should have a tucked-in button-down shirt, belt, closed-toe dress shoes, and dark-colored socks. Women should wear slacks and a dress shirt or a skirt and a dress shirt. Don't be too revealing, sexy, or inappropriately dressed. Do not wear exercise outfits, tight tops, short skirts, or sundresses. Avoid crop tops or any top with spaghetti straps. Keep your footwear conservative. Always opt for closed-toed shoes and preferably flats or a nice pump. This is your opportunity to come across as professional and respectful as possible. So here are some more examples. Hygiene. Poor hygiene can hurt you. Remember to complete your look with a nice clean hairstyle. Women should be conservative with makeup, and men should sport a nice clean shave. Make sure you smell fresh and clean as if you've just stepped out of the shower. If you happen to have tattoos, covering them with a bit of makeup is a good idea, and removing any facial piercings will help create a more presentable look. These tips will allow you to feel confident and comfortable in the stressful situation. If you find you don't have the right clothes, go out and purchase some new ones. A lot of times, the way we dress affects how we feel and the way you present yourself. Oh, okay. Guess they meant to say in closing. The bottom line is that your appearance matters and should be taken into account before your court case. How you dress and your general appearance will be noticed and taken into account during your court case. Whether consciously or subconsciously, the judge and jury will assess your credibility, competence, and character by your appearance. That's why it's important to find an outfit that you feel comfortable in and that fits your personal style, but also something that is appropriate and presentable for the courtroom. Okay, so those are both of the articles, but so they kind of contradict themselves a little bit. Okay, so they're saying, they're putting out this blanket statement of dress unisex, dress professionally, and like I said, this outfit isn't too terrible. But some of the things that I've seen her wear, like I said, she looks more like a very powerful CEO of a company rather than someone who I want to say this respectfully, but less like what we would think of a victim would look like, or what a jury would think a victim would look like. And I I personally think this could hurt her case. Um, even some of her hair styles have been kind of severe. But my opinion is, I honestly think she would have looked uh, younger and more innocent if she had worn dresses, um, very, obviously very subtle patterns, but in pastels. I think that would have made her look younger and more innocent. So these are just my thoughts, but like I said, there really is a psychology behind color. And the other thing is, this information is out there now, so everybody can look it up and see how how people should dress in court. And for me, I'm thinking, if you try too hard to go by the book and what they tell you to wear, like from head to toe, I almost, as a jury member, I might kind of take offense to that. Like, she's really, or he's really, trying to manipulate us by their appearance. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if that's really a good thing or not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, back to college and the colors of sports teams. I want to say, if colors don't matter, then why don't you see any NFL teams with pink jerseys? So, with that, just want to hear your thoughts and opinions about what you think about Amber's courtroom attire and her demeanor. Thanks for watching.